Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Fluffy Biscuits podcast. I am your host, Nazir TL. I'm here with my co-host.
Hey, Jacob, shut the fuck up for a
Pixelated
second. I got a
Trash.
really important question to ask you. Are you ready to laugh, cringe, and possibly offend your entire friend group?
I mean, I do that all the time.
Anyway, continue, and I'll explain what I mean in a second. It's like a teaser, you know?
What the fuck? Okay. It's a teaser. Okay, yes, that is Pixelated Trash. You can find us doing weird stuff at our Twitch. Also, the Fluffy Biscuits. See us on Twitter, blah, blah, blah. We'll get into it. I'll let Zach handle that at the end. So what was that you were talking about?
So, speaking
Piqued
of
my
the fact that we have a
curiosity.
Twitter, I went on to Twitter and found...
the everything app.
Whatever, it doesn't matter. I went on to X, and I was just kind of trying to think of something like nonsensical to post. This was last night. I was just bored. And I didn't come up with anything, but I got an ad for a card game. And I need you to bear with me because this is a humdinger. It is called Get Woke, Go Broke, the card game.
Yeah.
It is published by a company, or it's being pre-ordered for publish from a company called Get Woke, Go Broke Card Game LLC. Very original. And what I have been able to gather, and trust me, this sent me down a rabbit hole because I needed to know what this game was about. Because from the first look at
crazy.
it, it just looks like Cards Against Humanity, right? But
Yeah, I would like to say one thing. I Googled it, found the website, and one of the cards is meth edibles.
yeah, so how do I describe this? It is, from what I was able to piece together, and now I don't want this to go out as fact, but I am going to say it because I read through a bunch of different tweet threads and little articles on Reddit and stuff. It seems like this was a group of people that wanted to pitch a extremely right-wing version of Cards Against Humanity to Cards Against Humanity. And they did not accept it. I don't know if that's true or not. I know they're right. I know they're extreme right-wing. That part I do know. But I don't know if it's true they actually tried to pitch this to Cards Against Humanity first. First off, I think the art for a lot of the ads is done by the dude that draws Family Guy.
Yeah, I noticed that as well.
It's the same animation. I don't know who is actually like the main artist on Family Guy. I know it. I don't think it's Seth MacFarlane. But anyway, so
I don't think, is that an artist?
Seth MacFarlane?
Yeah.
He's the guy who created and voices like Peter and stuff.
Well, I know that.
I don't know if he's an artist. That's what I'm
whatever.
saying. I don't think he is. I think he's just like a ideas guy. I don't know who the actual artist is. But so Get Woke, Go Broke is like a heavy right-wing version of Cards Against Humanity, and it's so cringy. Like the way that they try to build it up. Like, okay, I'm gonna read the disclaimer. Disclaimer, this game is not for the faint of heart or the easily offended. It's like walking a tightrope over a pool of social taboos. Exhilarating but risky. Get Woke, Go Broke is designed for adults who can take a joke and leave their sensibilities at the door. Remember, it's all fun and games until someone gets woke and then goes broke. So gather your most thick-skinned friends, leave your political correctness at the door, and get ready for a night of questionable decisions and belly laughs. God, it sounds like a Hard Mike's ad. Jesus Christ.
Isn't this just already Cards Against Humanity?
Well, exactly, that's the thing, except they just specifically want to make, like, jokes about the left, I guess, whereas Cards Against Humanity makes jokes about everybody. This is meant to be specifically, like, for instance, it's like, one of the little, like, test things they have is, how do you handle self-reflection and personal accountability? And then the answer given is deleting 30,000 emails, which is a reference to Hillary Clinton, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, that's all it is. Replace your friends with token versions is another option.
I do think this would be really funny to play. I'm not gonna lie.
I think it would be fun
funny.
to satirically play. Yes. Does that make sense?
No.
It would
No,
be
it
fun.
doesn't.
It would be fun to play, but
As a
not
joke itself.
Yeah, but not as
Okay.
how they're intending. Like, I'm not gonna sit there heavy last because someone said LGBT. You know what I mean?
I kind of think, here's the thing, looking at the website and the way they're working it up is I don't think they're taking it serious. I think they're
Oh, see-
working it up as a joke themselves.
Okay. See, and I thought that as well, and you definitely you can hold the opinions you want. I went to their Twitter.
Oh.
And it's trust me. Give me 1 second to pull it back up.
Well, they have a TikTok. They can't be far right way.
Okay, Get Woke Up Broke the card game. Yeah. Let's see. Damn it! Come on up. Get Woke Up Broke the card game. There we go. Okay. Let's see. That's their pinned thing. They retweeted a meme that is a man saying "Trust the science" and putting on a mask for COVID. And then underneath it is a picture of two male and female reproductive systems, and then it says, "Not that science." Yeah, open them up and look through their memes and some of the stuff they've retweeted. I don't
Apparently,
think...
it's a actual catchphrase. It's not just the name.
No, I know it is. Yeah, it's a meme that's been around forever. It's used a lot in video game
never
culture.
heard it.
Really, it's used a lot in video game culture. Like when some basement dweller thinks there's too many like minorities in a video game, they'll say, "Get woke, go broke." Like it's not going to be popular. You know what I mean?
I've never heard it.
Yeah. Let's see. They retweet.
Is that like the whole thing about the... Okay, wait. It's kind of like what's going on with the new Assassin's Creed game, where it's based on the Black Samurai, and everyone's like, we don't want... It's not accurate. But then all of Japan is like, nah, that's cool as fuck. That's a real guy. We love that guy. What are you talking about?
Here's another thing they retweeted. Tim Pool, legendary jackass, tweeted, "I have just donated the maximum to the Donald Trump campaign," to which they retweeted, "A good move." They're apparently anti Joe Rogan, which makes sense. Man, yeah, they
Well, you are getting a little bit too political for this podcast.
I know I
gonna
am.
Step back.
I'm not giving up my political beliefs, but if your card game is retweeting that there's a new study saying ivermectin, the horse dewormer, can actually help with COVID, and Donald Trump was right, which is the last retweet I read before I put it down, I'm pretty sure that I don't think you need to be on either side of the debate to be like, okay, these people are taking themselves seriously.
I will say, didn't someone say, like, during COVID, drink bleach or something?
That was also Donald Trump. Well, he didn't say drink
Okay.
bleach. He just said, like, he was talking about there being, I'm not going to defend him, of course, but he's talking about there being, like, potential solutions that they haven't found. And he was like, I might end up, you might end up finding that you can drink bleach and it would fix it. He wasn't, I don't think he was being serious. He was more just saying
Yeah.
there's
Well,
probably other ways.
To be fair, I don't listen to, like, anything any politician says. Don't care about
That's
it.
very fair, yeah.
But I think that there is a lot of humor to be had when someone is genuinely being like, and blah, blah, blah. But then there's like, okay, there's a disconnect between, like, younger generations and older ones. There always is with, like, humor.
Yeah.
So obviously we know that was sarcasm, but younger people were like, he was being serious. We're going to meme him now. And that's their humor.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
people who didn't see it take it out of context. Like, that happens. But meanwhile, I'm over here playing Call of Duty, telling people to drink bleach on the daily. Just, yeah.
Well, see-
it's just funny.
It works really well because, like, I personally wash my face with bleach. I try to really get it in the eyes, And so,
Yeah.
like, when I
Yep.
do that, I kind of drink a little bit of it. That's probably why I've never had COVID. Definitely not all the vaccines I've had.
Yeah. You know, you got to get in all the nasal cavities as well. You know, have you ever had that, like the saline solution when you had like a
Okay, yes,
sinus
that
infection?
I've had. Oh, I hate that shit
Yeah,
so
but
much.
you gotta listen. A little bit of bleach go a long way. Just shove it in there.
A little goes a long way, you know. Don't overdo it.
Just a little bit, just a little dash. I'm not talking. I'm talking maybe a teaspoon. I'm not talking a tablespoon.
So apparently Seth MacFarlane is one of the lead animators on Family Guy. Not that that really matters, but I was just trying to figure out if that was because I didn't.
Well, to steer us off of this,
Yeah, go ahead.
because you're
go
going down a rabbit hole.
Of course. It's my
I
specialty.
would like to say that I would give any sort of gaming news today. However, there's only one gaming news that any media outlet wants to talk about, and that's Shadow of the Erdtree, which is the Elden Ring DLC, which I know is phenomenal as it's surpassed like The Witcher 3 stuff. Blah, blah, blah. Elden Ring is a phenomenal game all around. But for the past 2 days, every 2 to 3 days, every article I've read or seen has just been about Elden Ring or mentions it, and I'm like, I'm done with this bullshit. I don't want to hear about it. I'll see it when a streamer plays it. You don't need to have all these fucking articles about the same shit, and it's the same. It's not like it's different outlets as well. It's PC Gamer. And it's the same person, pretty much, just making different articles on the same shit. So there's no gaming news other than Elden Ring got new DLC, and that's all you need to know, because that's all anyone wants you to know.
I actually have gaming news, and I want to share it with you.
Okay, give yours, and then I'm going to give my personal gaming news.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you go ahead and do that then. That's fine.
Well, mine's going to be a tangent.
Okay, then I'll just link you this really fast, and I want you to understand I'm being 100% serious. This is coming out, and both me and my girlfriend are extremely excited about it. It had been a Mac exclusive, and it's coming to Switch.
Okay.
So for those of you curious,
Tell the people.
Hello Kitty Island Adventure. It's fucking great. It's gonna have all of like the best Hello Kitty characters like Pom Pom Purin and Choco Cat and some of the other ones. I haven't seen Hello Kitty in a long time, but I'm a huge fan. What'd you say?
Cinnamon Roll.
Oh.
Said My Melody. Cinnamon Roll.
You're going through the Kuromi.
No, I just know those.
Oh, Retsuko. For anybody who's ever seen the anime Agretsuko, that's actually a Hello Kitty character. It's a Hello Kitty show, actually, basically. We're huge fans of the universe and of the characters, and I'm very excited for it to come to the Switch. Not so much to play it, more to watch her play it and harshly criticize her decoration choices, but it looks so fucking cute, and it's been a fucking Apple exclusive. How many goddamn things are Apple exclusives? When's the last time you heard of an Apple exclusive? You can only get it on Apple Arcade on the phone, or
Everybody
you can get it
gets one.
or you can get it for the Mac. So it's like, but it's finally going to come to Switch. They announced it during Nintendo Direct, and we're fucking hype as hell. And I'm not joking.
Well, the only people I know that have ever been hyped about Hello Kitty are ex-girlfriends. And so I do not share.
Well, don't you remember in high school when we dated for a couple months?
No, I think when you were in high school, I wasn't born. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm 4 years older than you.
Now that I'm done calling Zach old for, I do it at least once an episode, kinda.
Mathematically, we could have been in high school together if you were a freshman, but go on.
I have a gripe.
Do you have a plague of them?
And my gripe is with the trading card community. This is a tangent, so I need you to listen, and I will listen, and you can ask questions in a second.
Okay.
So, when I was in high school, I played Yu-Gi-Oh competitively. I went to like tournaments, like regionals, YCSs. Crazy. I played a little bit of Magic: The Gathering, just a little bit. I got like a starter deck. I learned how to play. It was fun. It's cool. It wasn't like my cup of tea because everyone else that played it had been playing it for years. And so they knew all the shit. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm just going to play Yu-Gi-Oh for right now. Halfway through high school, stopped playing Yu-Gi-Oh just because, whatever. Stopped playing it. Started playing Xbox more. Occasionally I play Yu-Gi-Oh still. I no longer have my Magic cards. But getting ready for my birthday this year, we were all just simply talking about Magic: The Gathering. And there's a funny story to this, which I feel is almost necessary to tell, and it's that Noah, or my friend Noah, occasionally sends selfies to our group chat, and we have now created an album of just Noah's selfies in our messenger group chat, because you can do that now.
Yeah.
And we are going to turn him, all of his selfies, into Magic: The Gathering cards and make a whole commander deck on him.
Okay.
As a meme.
Yeah.
That's what started this whole thing, because no one else has played Commander except for one person, and I've seen people play it in our friend group. So we were talking about that, we were joking, and then I was like, oh, you know what we should do, boys? My birthday is it's in August. We got time. We can plan for everyone to get a Commander deck, and we can all have a giant free-for-all in the basement. Just a big card game free-for-all. Sounds like fun. Everyone agrees. Blah, blah, blah. So, typically, when you go out to buy a product from a company, they have an MSRP, you know?
Yeah.
So, if I was still playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And I wanted to get a structure deck, which is, a pre-made deck to play, it costs like $20, maybe even $15, somewhere like $15 to $20.
Yeah.
And those decks are pretty decent. Typically, you'd want to buy 3 of them and build a better deck out of the 3. Like you'd buy 3 of the same deck, take the best cards, whatever. And so it ended up being like $45 to $60 in total, and you'd have a deck that you could run at a tournament. I did this before. I played a Gear Gia deck at a tournament just by buying structure decks, blah, blah, blah.
Normally I have to pay people extra to touch my Gear Gia.
Okay. So, Zach, I want you to go on Amazon right now.
Gotcha. Amazon.com.
And I want you to type in Magic: The Gathering.
Magic: The Gathering. I know, by the way, everybody, I type like my fingers are filled with lead. I am a peck typer, and I apologize for that. But because I know you can hear it.
Did it pull up the whole Magic: The Gathering site?
Well, it pulled up
Amazon.
Yeah, it pulled up. Yeah, Shop Magic: The Gathering. I see it now.
This one.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So, I want you to hover over the More tab and then hit Commander Decks.
Gotcha. More.
And then
Commander Decks.
Just hit Bloomborough, which is the top one.
Yeah.
Okay. You see how those decks all say $47?
Yes.
You would think that is the MSRP, right?
Yes.
And it very well could be. But if you go and hit More again and go back to Commander Decks and say you go to Modern Horizons 3.
Okay. Oh my god.
Now look at the prices of those.
Well, actually,
those Commander decks.
It's funny because I have Prime, they're cheaper because I got my Prime discount, 32%.
What's your Prime discount? What the fuck?
Yeah, they're $47.60 instead of $70.
That's not a Prime discount.
Okay.
I see that too.
Okay.
So there's that, right? You look at that, but you see the one that says $122.
I saw the one above it that says fucking $600 for the 4 decks.
Okay, that's different. That's like all of them in the collector's edition.
Oh, okay. I got you. My bad. Yeah.
There's one, if you scroll down a little bit, it's $122.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. Now, go back to Commander decks under the More thing, and we're just going to go... You're going to scroll down just a little bit, and you'll see Commander Legends Battle for Baldur's Gate Commander decks. Look at those prices.
Huh. Something doesn't add up here.
Yes, something doesn't add up. For everyone, all the prices are out of whack. None of them follow any sort of pricing structure at all, except for maybe the Bloomborough ones for some reason.
Which is wild, because like,
this-
even like the brand new like Fallout Commander decks, you know, that they made, those are also like really reasonably priced comparatively, you know?
Yeah. So if you don't know, Wizards of the Coast makes Dungeons & Dragons, and they're doing a bunch of stuff with Magic the Gathering, like they always do, and they're, you know, they're doing crossovers with a bunch of stuff. Now, even the Fallout ones, some of them are 60 and some of them are 45, one's 48. The prices are weird. And I think I've noticed something, and it's that Wizards of the Coast is selling their card decks using the second-hand market prices.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm reading.
This
I just
pisses
found
me off.
I just found I found a fucking 11-year-old Reddit post.
What?
That is literally saying that they're selling the Commander decks for double or triple MSRP.
Okay, because I have not looked it up.
11
I have
years
just
old.
This is a new thing for me. I've just figured this out because, you know, I played Yu-Gi-Oh! I bought one Magic the Gathering deck, and it wasn't a Commander deck. It was just like a standard.
What does a
structure
Commander deck mean? Is there a difference between a Commander deck and a structure deck?
It's a format. So there's like Modern, there's Draft, there's Standard, and then there's Commander.
Oh, I regret
So
asking.
the difference is that Commander, if you look at these Commander decks, there's a card on the front of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For instance, the Fallout one, there's the
Caesar
Wise
on one of
Mothman.
them. Yeah, and there's Caesar on one of them.
So Commander is a 100-card deck. None of them can be repeated cards except for like basic lands. None of them can repeat, and all of like the color cards have to match what your commander is. So if you have a commander that's blue and green, you can only have blue-green cards in your deck.
So
That's all it
apparently,
is, pretty much.
if you were to build a Commander deck by hand using top-tier cards, it would cost you around $5,000 to $10,000 if you were to do it card by card.
Yeah.
That's
It depends on what cards you want.
No, I know, but I couldn't fucking fathom. Jesus
Yeah, I wouldn't do
Christ.
that. But the reason why I bring
Hold
this
on.
up
Okay.
is because
You finish, and then I'll have a
As-
small tangent.
the reason why I bring this up is because I suggest this idea to the friend group. I'm like, all right, look, let's just go get a structure deck, like a Commander pre-made deck, because no one here has one except for our friend Prime. We call him Prime because there's too many Joshes in our group, so he is Prime. And I thought, it was going to be like $30. We could go here, we could get one for $30, but I was fucking wrong, and it's the dumbest shit ever, because, when you want to get into a card game, what's the best thing to do? Sell your stuff at secondhand market price, apparently. That's what they do.
So, why don't you take a look at that link I sent you?
Yeah, I look at TCG Player all the time,
I
and
know.
I know the prices of cards.
That's the fucking stupidest shit I've ever heard in my entire
But this is perfect. You see the little pricing chart?
Yeah.
The market price history?
Yeah, the market price history is about
directly follow
3,000.
that. Like the Amazon page pretty much directly follows this. This is how I figured it out. This website exactly.
Yeah, no, that's... For those of you curious, it is I know nothing about this. It is a card. It says Mana Crypt 0017A Borderless Special Guest SPG. It's an artifact card. That's all I know. Its market price is $3,000. It is listed on sale on Trading Card Game Player for $74,000. And this is not something you bid on, just so everybody understands. You are not bidding on this. You can't be like, oh, well, I'll give you $4,000. No, you are spending $74,000.
Well, if you go below it, there's some that sell for less, but still out of this world.
I know.
See, wild. I can kind of understand this, but not from like I would ever get it. It's kind of like people assign a value to something that they really care about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like people... There are some people that just live and breathe this game, and they have
and that is the thing, right? It's like no matter how you break it down, when it comes to these kind of things, I'm pretty sure we've gone down this rabbit hole before, but it's all assigned value, you know? It's like, sorry, ooh, I got very sick this morning. I'm having some indigestion from it. But I will edit that sound out. But it's one of those things where if I have a very nice story. I think I've told the story on the podcast. I went up to Idaho to visit a close friend of mine. We went to the old Idaho Penitentiary, and I got a pin of a cat that lived there called Dennis the Cat. That pin is really important to me. It's a really good reminder of like the trip, and I like the story of Dennis, and it was really uplifting and stuff. So it was like a cool thing. That means a lot to me. But if I turned to someone and I said, hey, do you want to buy this pin that means a lot to me, that's important to me, and impressive to me for $10,000? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like, it is all assigned value. Because for me, not giving a shit about Yu-Gi-Oh! Or I actually like Yu-Gi-Oh! But not giving a shit about Magic, if you hand me a Magic card, I have no assigned value to that card. You know, to me, it's just a card. Whereas somebody else could look at the same card and be like, oh, I'll give you, I'll sell you my car for that,
Yeah, it is very interesting. I would never, if I saw it and someone had it, I'd be like, oh shit, that's crazy. That's cool. But I'd never get one, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Appreciate it from a distance. That's my whole rant on how Wizards of the Coast is dumb.
Yeah.
But I'm still gonna buy their stuff anyway. So.
Well, that's fair. It's not like somebody else makes it, so.
Yeah.
That's kind of their whole thing, right? It's like you're not gonna get it from anywhere else. But
I think I would like to state, I think it's dumb because it's overpriced, but I think strategically it's smart, right? Because they're letting the people decide how much it's worth. So, from marketing, it's probably worth it because they know they have a community that would go for it no matter what.
Yeah,
it's just harder for newer players to get into it.
I literally just said that part's fairy instead of that part's fair because I saw a game on Steam just now. That part's fairy.
Well, you can lead us into a different topic.
Okay, I have been religiously playing, and it will come as no surprise, as people can probably tell, I play very boring games. Gas Station Simulator. And it's fucking...
I've seen that game, I think.
Great. It is so fun, and it is so funny. There's a whole mini game where there's this kid named Dennis comes around your gas station to try to vandalize it, and whenever you get with him, you have to do like a D&D abilities roll battle against him, and you have to earn new ability cards that you can. You get the ability cards by stealing them out of people's trunks. It's great. But no, the game itself is so much fun. I'm almost done with it actually, and I bought it 2 days ago, which is really sad. But let's see. I beat Stalker, Call of Pripyat finally. I almost done with Clear Sky still. I've recently reinstalled and gotten back into the Metro series thanks to the Stalker series. So I'm actually playing Metro Exodus 2 right now. Metro Exodus as well. I mean, there's not a second one. I'm a big fan of the dystopian stuff. You go on.
I've been playing Dark and Darker the
That
past
sounds
2
familiar
days.
to me.
I tried to get you to get it. It's free to play now, so you should get it to try it.
What is it?
It is a game.
An unforgiving
game.
hardcore fantasy dungeon PvPvE adventure. Band together with your friends and use your courage, wit, and cunning to uncover mystical treasures, defeat gruesome monsters while staying one step ahead of the other devious treasure hunters.
Yeah, so essentially you choose like a class, like
So it's
any
like a
other
medieval
RPG.
extraction game.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah. 1 second.
Okay. Oh no, it's just me now. Well, I guess, oh no, I've never been put on the spot like this. Oh, beans. Oh, man. I want to point out that Total War Warhammer is listed under the horror tab on, Steam. I find that very strange. That I don't... I think if you play Total War Warhammer and you get scared, maybe not the game for you. Also list Elden Ring as horror. Fallout 76, dude, Dragon Age Origins. What the fuck is with the horror tab? Slay the Princess. No worries. Okay. I don't have to stop recording, he said. So, let's see. Let's talk about music. I actually like music. I make music, play music. So, let's talk about some of my music recommendations. What have I been listening to recently? Some of the new songs I have on my added list. I Want to Be Buried in Your Backyard by Nightmare of You. Highly recommend that. It's a good, like, kind of synthy 80s kind of breathy rock song. Tired of Lying by the Early November. I found that and liked it a lot. I've always been a big fan of Ace Enders. If you're a fan of the Early November, I highly recommend his other project, I Can Make a Mess, and his other project, Ace Enders and a Million Different People. I recently discovered a rapper very much in the vein of early 21 Pilots called Arrested Youth. I highly recommend his song Brightside is what I found, but actually he's got a couple... So Long to That Kid, I think is the name of one that was really good. I recently added, if you are a fan, this is an older song, but if you're a fan of the band, what's it called? Jack's Mannequin or Something Corporate, their lead singer, Andrew McMahon, he has a solo project. I am saying so much. God, I am so sorry. He has a solo project called Andrew McMahon in the Wilderness. And early on, he had an EP, and it had a song called Catching Cold on it that I very much liked. I recently discovered another song called I'm Shaken by a band named Rooney. I don't know anything about them. I just found it while I was driving around listening to random stuff. I also found a song called Bubblegum by a British band called Winter Quick. I'm a big fan of them. It's very kind of like upbeat pop punk kind of stuff. Very positive. I'm a big fan. I've discovered a band called the Brobecks, which I believe is led by like the former bassist of Panic at the Disco. They have a song I really like called Visitation of the Ghost, although I do not believe they are still together anymore. I believe he makes music under a different name now. I discovered a band called Arrows in Action that play a really good kind of mix of little bit of like R&B, like poppy kind of stuff, and then like a lot of heavy hitting drums and big like pop punk energy and stuff. So I'm a big fan of that. If you've ever heard of the band The Academy Is, I highly recommend William Beckett's solo stuff. He was the lead singer of the band and now has done a lot of solo stuff in his time. I recommend his song Compromising Me. That's the one I have on my playlist that I like. And then that's about it. Oh, and lastly, if you like kind of metal, not really metal, but kind of like just kind of hardcore pop punk, I really recommend the band Archers. They have a song called Blakenfort that I very much recommend. On the topic of more actual punk stuff, I highly recommend Youth Killed It from the UK. They have several songs I really like. Pop Star is really good, but I recommend Jean-Claude Van Man. It's a very, very good, high energy, just rock and roll flowy thing. And I don't know much more I can vamp right now. I am doing my best, and we have done 30 minutes of this episode, so I don't know how much more vamping I have in me. But we're going to keep going. Let's look at this game. Black Myth Wukong. Black Myth Wukong is an action RPG rooted in Chinese mythology. You set out as the destined one to venture into the challenges and marvels ahead to uncover the obscure truth behind the veil of a glorious legend from the past. Huh. Let's see. So apparently they have made another game. It's free. It came out in 2016 called Art of War Red Tides. It's got mostly positive reviews now. It has overall mixed reviews, but now it has mostly positive, so it looks like your generic free-to-play RTS where, not exactly. Let's see. So let's look into the Black Wukong. Oh, sorry, Black Myth Wukong. The Black Wukong. Oh, this is like the story is based on Journey to the West. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so you play as a destined one, so it's like a Journey to the West game. Well, I really think that's cool. I remember on the Xbox 360 you had Enslaved Odyssey to the West. That was a great game based around the Journey to the West story about the Monkey King and stuff. So I highly recommend that. And thank God you're back, because I have nothing left to talk about.
So would you want to try this game, Dark and Darker?
It looks interesting. It looks pretty similar to, every other extraction shooter. Not being, diminutive to it, but let me see.
What do you mean? Other extraction shooters have gun.
Okay, yeah, that's fair, but I just made it look like a normal extraction shooter. I would give it a try for sure. I don't know how long my computer would run it before it died, but
it's not that hard to run, honestly.
Yeah, again, as always, it's not anything to do with the tech. It's to do with the heat. I still need to get the fans fixed.
But yeah, I've been playing that. I've realized that I am better at melee fighting in this game. But I played the first beta of it that came out, and I was just using a wizard. And the wizard has chain lightning. And so I would cast it, and I would kill everyone in front of me, including other Josh, my teammate.
Well, that's
and
fair.
Myself, because it would bounce back at me. Really fun, though.
About right.
They added new stuff to it. They reworked a lot of things. So
I feel that. Yeah, it seems fun. Good Lord, this S reflex. It seems fun for sure.
Yeah.
I did finally complete Dave the Diver. I think I already mentioned that.
You did.
Yeah, I finally beat it. And now I've got, let's see. I'm fixing to start on Dredge finally. And like I said, I've been playing Gas Station Simulator. I've also been playing Police Simulator Patrol Officer? Patrol Duty. There's two of them. One is a newer one, and it's that one. Not for any serious reason, but me and Mallory have been getting drunk and playing it and crashing and just having fun. It's one of those.
Yeah, what is this? I know next year the Magic the Gathering is going to have a Final Fantasy themed deck, so I think that's going to be cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah, an actual Final Fantasy one.
That's
Apparently it's
interesting.
going to have references to all 16 games.
Huh.
Mainline games.
I like how I was going to say 16. Yeah, there's only 16 of them. I'm actually curious. That makes me think. How many Final Fantasy games are there? Let's see.
Are you counting remakes?
I'm counting total. 136. Okay.
God damn. That's a lot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Wikipedia takes half a minute to fucking scroll down. But that's also kind of like every single version. So like games that got released and then re-released and then re-released. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
and then it also it counts like the Chocobo series, the Dissidia series, the Final Fantasy Tactics series, like all of it. So.
Yeah, I just want, because you saw how they usually do 4 decks for a theme.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want Titus from Final Fantasy X to be one of the commanders. I think that'd be really cool.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah. Yeah, you're a Titus guy. I've never really met someone who's a Titus guy, but I respect it.
That's fucked up. Did you know the first time I ever played that game, I didn't know that you could level up abilities?
Oh, really?
Yeah, like the whole spear grid. I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know it was a thing.
That's really funny, though.
So I played it at like, I don't know, whenever like on the PS2 when I was young, I played it, didn't use any upgrades or anything like that. It was pretty funny.
One thing I will say,
Like, why is it so hard?
is lately I haven't really been wanting to, but I've had like the itch to try to get back into visual novels, right?
Yeah.
It happened like a year ago when I played that one PSP Neon Genesis game on my channel, remember?
Yeah.
But other than that, it kind of made me want to like start getting back into them. But I was recently reminded of one of my all-time favorite visual novels, and I highly recommend anybody check this out. It is a little risque, but it's not an eroge. But it's called Kindred Spirits on the Roof. It is a story about without spoiling it, it's about 2 lesbian ghosts. They don't fuck or anything. They're just best friends. They both died. I think they killed themselves at their school. And then they help this new girl who's also a lesbian kind of like break out of her shell and be herself. And it's an incredibly good. It is not, I know as a very generic white man talking about lesbians, you probably think it's like porn. It's not at all. But they decide that they're going to turn the school into a Eurytopia. I remember that line. It's very good. I highly recommend it. And I've been planning to revisit it soon. Also, if you are interested, they have a full 4 CD, I guess you would say. 4 CD like radio dramas that like expand on the story, but to the best of my knowledge, the audio is exclusively in Japanese, and I believe that there is not an English, like a way to view it in English. So, but I'm not positive about that. So if you're interested, feel free to check it out. But I wanted to throw that out there because yeah, it's just a really good game, and it's a really, really fun experience.
Did you ever play Monster Hunter Stories?
Monster Hunter Stories? That sounds familiar. I don't think so. Oh, I've got Monster Hunter Rise on my PS4, by the way.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. It came out for free on the PlayStation Plus thing, so I downloaded it to give it a shot. I haven't tried it yet, though.
Oh. Me and Josh were playing it on, we have it on PC.
That's fair.
I think it's cross-platform.
I was literally about to say it's probably not cross-platform, but if it is, that'd be cool. Monster Hunter Stories. Oh. Ooh. This is cute. An RPG that takes you the world of Monster Hunter expands upon it in new, exciting ways. No longer you hunting monsters, but raising them. Does this come to PS4? I mean, my computer could actually run this, but...
That is not a cross-platform game. Sad.
It is coming to PS4. It's $30. That's expensive as hell. Oh man, this looks
expensive as hell.
When I have, I have literally $1.91 at my bank right now. So that's expensive
crazy.
to me. I had bills to pay.
Yeah, I think you'll enjoy Monster Hunter Rise. I think you would have enjoyed it more if you played it on the Switch. But I know you didn't buy it, so.
I'm reading about Monster Hunter stories. Hold on, vamp for me for a second.
No.
This
I was
looks
thinking
so
about
cool.
getting Monster Hunter Stories, but I
It looks
thought
so
it might
good.
be a game you like. It looks like the kind of game you'd like.
It is. It supports multiplayer, but it's only like 2-player like PvP. You can't like actually play the game together. You can just battle people. But yeah, this looks cool as hell. Damn. Oh, Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance. I finally had a chance to look into that. That looks like it's going to be really good. Always been a huge... For anybody who doesn't know, I say this all the time, but there's just a lot of people for some reason that don't know. Persona is a spinoff of Shin Megami Tensei. In fact, up until 5, I believe, it was called Shin Megami Tensei Persona. So, yeah. But it looks fucking
Is it
great.
Sai or Sei? Like Tensei?
Probably Tensei. That makes more sense.
Interesting.
I just don't pronounce anything correctly. Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance, the remake looks great. Fucking Persona 3 Reloaded looks great. And now they've got that new one that we talked about last episode, Atlas, with that new game that comes. Yeah, Metaphor. Looks fucking great. Ugh. They're making so many cool games. And they remade all the Etrian Odyssey games. But I recommend just getting yourself a Super DS. Because they're not much different.
You get a Super DS.
And also, Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne, the remaster of that's been out for a while, but it recently came to Switch, I believe it is. So, not that that matters. But Atlas just crushes it, like almost every time. I'm not gonna say every time, but almost every time.
Well, would you like to carry us out?
I'm not very strong, but I'll give it a try. Let's see. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you leave a like if you enjoyed. If you watch this on YouTube, I hit the microphone. God damn it. If you watch this on YouTube, you can find it on Spotify at Fluffy Biscuits. If you want to find us on Twitter, you can find us there at the Fluffy Biscuits. Extra F because the original was taken. If you want to find Jacob, you can find him at NazirTL on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. You can find me at Pixelated Trash on YouTube, and you can find us together at the twitch.tv, the Fluffy Biscuits pod. The Fluffy Biscuits. There we go. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye.